The following trailer is rated H for honest. From the developers of the world's most realistic pipe-to-the-face simulators comes an epic tale about revenge from beyond the grave that takes the Lord of the Rings movies and replaces Bilbo with murderous ghost Batman. Middle-earth, Shadow of Mordor. Return to Tolkien's familiar world of orcs, humans, and grogs? What the hell is a grog? And watch as Shadow abandons the rich tradition of the Lord of the Rings games by ignoring the familiar story and characters, ditching the PG-13 combat, and not totally sucking, as you plunge headfirst into a gore-filled action game with some genuinely solid gameplay and more decapitations than you can shake a sword at. It's kind of his thing. Raise the shattered blade of Talion and current edgelord Aragorn, transformed from loving father and husband into a half-ghost badass swordmaster, thirsty for revenge against the superpowered goths that murdered his family, who you will systematically slaughter with the help of your amnesiac wraith buddy, who also happens to be the guy who started all this ring business to begin with, in a completely original story that finally gives you Lord of the Rings without any pesky hobbitses. Well, technically one, but ring junkies don't count. Open world your way through the blackened hellscape of Mordor, completing challenges, picking fights, collecting collectibles, and climbing spooky ghost towers. Then assault the enemy strongholds, sneaking your way to their leaders like a medieval hitman, and silently snuffing them with your non-canonical ghost magic. Or just busting in the door and slicing up every orc in a 10-mile radius. Cause let's face it, no one's gonna feel bad for these huggos. Morality is subjective! Whee! Cut down your enemies one after another in Shadow's balladic battle system, dispatching endless hordes of orcs with combos and parries straight out of the Arkham series, as you teleport around the battlefield, slowing time and wrecking everything in your path, until you run into a general and discover they can only be killed with a drop attack on Mondays during a full moon. Then take them down and watch as they come back for revenge, or get reminded of exactly how bad they beat your ass the last time.
Next death will come more quickly than the last.
I don't think I needed that second part. Discover the innovative Nemesis system, which is basically if House of Cards was a video game mechanic, as you manage the orc tribe's hierarchy through selective murder, then initiate a hostile takeover with your mind-controlled peons until you control a slave army of greenskins and lead them to slaughter their brothers en masse for a cause they don't support, in a game system that you probably shouldn't think too hard about. So whip out your silver hammer and forge your way through a solid action game, because without all of that pesky Lord of the Rings stuff, it's basically just an ultra-violent Assassin's Creed. Starring Ghost Dad, Casper the Friendly Ghost, Steve Torvin the Karagor Hunter,
My wife!
I got tickets to Coachella, I was a hunter once, Hammer Time, Crest White Strips, The Black Handy, Middle Management, and Steve Buscemi, Ghostman, Mordor City. If Celebrimbor was the one that forged the ring and was a king, isn't he the literal Lord of the Rings? Whoa. A good cameraman like you, Clancy, you stick with me. I hate pineapple on pizza. We are legion because we are many. Sloths, they're not that smart. I am thou, thou art I. The time has come.